anniversary, sadly, of the assassination of President John Fitzgerald Kennedy. And, I've got a couple of other stories I'm going to get to here in a few minutes, about Herschel Walker promoting transgender hate and Kanye West and his anti-Semitic tweets. But first, I just wanted to remind us all a little bit about John F. Kennedy and do so with a speech that he gave at Michigan State University on the 10th of June, 1963. And he was talking about peace. And I think this is just one of his most brilliant speeches. I'm going to give it to you in pieces.
I have therefore chosen this time and place to discuss a topic on which ignorance too often abounds and the truth too rarely perceived, and that is the most important topic on earth, peace.
It's a pretty important topic.
What kind of a peace do I mean, and what kind of a peace do we seek? Not a Pax Americana, enforced on the world by American weapons of war, not the peace of the grave or the security of the slave. I am talking about genuine peace, the kind of peace that makes life on earth worth living, the kind that enables men and nations to grow and to hope and build a better life for their children. Not merely peace for Americans, but peace for all men and women. Not merely peace in our time, but peace in all time.
This was such an idealistic time,
I speak of peace, therefore, as the necessary, rational end of rational men. I realize the pursuit of peace is not as dramatic as the pursuit of war, and frequently the words of the pursuers fall on deaf ears, but we have no more urgent task.
And I think he was sincere about this, absolutely meant it.
No government or social system is so evil that its people must be considered as lacking in virtue.
Something we need to remember.
Our military forces are committed to peace and disciplined in self-restraint. Our diplomats are instructed to avoid unnecessary irritants and purely rhetorical hostility. For we can seek a relaxation of tensions without relaxing our guard. And for our part, we do not need to use threats to prove we are resolute.
And here we are again in Ukraine.
Meanwhile, we seek to strengthen the United Nations, to help solve its financial problems, to make it a more effective instrument for peace, to develop it into a genuine world security system, a system capable of resolving disputes on the basis of law, of ensuring the security of the large and the small, and of creating conditions under which arms can finally be abolished.
Abolishing arms.
The United States, as the world knows, will never start a war. We do not want a war. We do not now expect a war. This generation of Americans has already had enough, more than enough, of war and hate and oppression.
That, of course, was before George W. Bush.
We shall be prepared if others wish it. We shall be alert to try to stop it. But we shall also do our part to build a world of peace where the weak are safe and the strong are just. We are not helpless before that task or hopeless of its success. Confident and unafraid, we must labor on, not towards a strategy of annihilation, but towards a strategy of peace.
Isn't that extraordinary? I mean, it's bringing tears to my eyes. It's what we lost on this day 59 years ago was just extraordinary. Well, while President Kennedy and many statesmen and women over the years have done what they can to try to promote peace and bring about peace and ensure peace, and so far, it's been a long time since we've had nuclear weapons being used, although we were the only country to do so.